You've cut the sugar, you've lowered the carbs. So, why are you still tired? If your energy crashes mid-morning, or you feel foggy after lunch, the problem might not be what you're eating, but what you're missing. Today we'll uncover 7 sugar-free foods that do more than fill you up. They fuel you. And it's the food that helped one woman regain her clarity, with 0 carbs. After 60, your body changes the way it uses energy. Sugary snacks and refined carbs may give you a quick jolt, but they also crash your blood sugar and your mood. The good news? Some of the most powerful energy foods for seniors have 0 sugar, and they're hiding in plain sight, packed with healthy fats, protein, fiber, and minerals your body is craving. Let's walk through 7 sugar-free foods that can help you feel more alive, more steady, and more focused, starting today. 1. Eggs. Claire used to start every morning with toast and jam. It felt easy, comforting. But by mid-morning, she found herself yawning, distracted, and reaching for a second cup of coffee. She didn't realize it then, but what she was eating wasn't fueling her. It was setting her up for a crash. That all changed when she replaced the toast with 2 boiled eggs and a few slices of avocado. Suddenly, her energy felt different, more stable. Her focus lasted till lunchtime. And best of all, the cravings stopped. So what happened? Eggs are one of the most efficient energy foods for older adults. They're naturally low in carbs, but rich in high-quality protein and healthy fats, 2 key ingredients for slow, steady energy. They also contain choline, a nutrient essential for brain health and memory, something many people over 60 unknowingly lack. It's not about cutting food, it's about choosing fuel that keeps your system stable, not spiking and crashing. Start small. Swap cereal or toast for 2 eggs, boiled, scrambled, or in an omelet. Pair it with fiber-rich avocado or a handful of leafy greens. In just a few days, you might notice less hunger, clearer thinking, and mornings that feel smoother, more in rhythm with your real energy needs. Because eggs aren't just breakfast, they're quiet power, in a shell. 2. Avocados. Harold thought he was doing everything right. He had cut sugar, switched to black coffee, stopped eating pastries in the morning. But somehow, his energy still dipped around 10:30 a.m. every single day. He felt cloudy, slow, and just off. Then his daughter suggested something small. Add half an avocado to breakfast. At first, it sounded strange, but within a few days something shifted. Harold said his mornings felt calmer, his thinking clearer, no more jitters, no more slump before lunch. So what happened? Avocados are nature's slow-burning fuel. They're rich in monounsaturated fats, fiber, and potassium, 3 nutrients that support steady blood sugar, stable mood, and long-lasting energy. They don't trigger insulin spikes. They don't flood your body with fast sugars. They nourish you slowly and help your brain stay balanced throughout the morning. Fat isn't the enemy. For seniors especially, the right fats are what keep the lights on, without crashes. So if your mornings still feel uneven, try what Harold did. Slice up half an avocado next to your eggs, mash it on a high-fiber cracker, or add it to a small salad with olive oil and lemon. It doesn't take much, just the right kind of fuel, delivered slowly, naturally, and without sugar at all. 3. Fatty fish. Helen, 72, wasn't sleep-deprived. She wasn't skipping meals, and yet, every afternoon, her brain felt foggy. She'd sit down to read or do a crossword, and halfway through, she'd forget what she was doing. At first, she thought it was just aging, but her doctor suggested something surprisingly simple. Eat salmon twice a week. Nothing fancy, just clean, fatty fish, baked with herbs, no sauces, no sugar. And within weeks, something remarkable happened. Helen said, "It was like my brain stopped stalling out. I could think again, not just get through the day." So, what's really happening? Fatty fish like salmon, sardines, and mackerel are loaded with omega-3 fatty acids, essential nutrients that support cognitive function, reduce inflammation, and improve blood flow to the brain. In fact, Studies have shown that low levels of omega-3s are directly linked to fatigue, brain fog, and mood dips in older adults. You don't need stimulants. You don't need memory pills. You need the fats your brain was built to run on. Start with 2 servings of fatty fish a week. If you don't like salmon, try sardines on whole grain toast. Or bake a small fillet with lemon and olive oil. It's not just for your heart. It's for the engine behind your energy, focus, and clarity. Real fish, real fuel, real transformation, especially after 60. Have you ever felt that afternoon brain fog, even after sleeping well? Comment foggy if you've been there. You're not alone, and your brain might just be hungry for better fuel. 4 leafy greens. Margaret had always started her mornings the same way. A bowl of cereal, a splash of milk, maybe a little fruit. It felt healthy. But by mid-morning, she noticed a pattern. Her brain felt slower, her stomach unsettled, and her motivation to move gone. One day, on a whim, she tried something different. A spinach omelet with olive oil and a pinch of sea salt. Within a week, something shifted. The fog lifted. Her digestion calmed. And during her walks, she felt sharper, more present, more alive. So what changed? Leafy greens like spinach, kale, Swiss chard, and arugula are loaded with nutrients most seniors unknowingly lack: iron, magnesium, folate, and B vitamins, all critical for cellular energy production and oxygen delivery to muscles and the brain. They don't spike blood sugar. They don't leave you tired an hour later. They nourish you from the inside out, quietly, consistently, and without a gram of sugar. Here's the truth. You don't need an energy drink. You need the minerals your body's been quietly craving. Try this. Swap your cereal once or twice a week for a warm spinach scramble. Add a handful of arugula to your lunch plate. Toss kale into your soup or smoothie. These aren't just salad fillers. They're energy builders, whispering strength into every cell, every step, every breath. 5 chia seeds. Tony had never heard of chia seeds. When his daughter dropped off a mason jar of chia pudding, he laughed. "Looks like frog eggs," he said. But she insisted he try it for 1 week. 2 tablespoons of chia soaked overnight in almond milk, topped with a few walnuts. That was it. By day 3, Tony noticed something strange. He didn't feel that mid-morning slump. His thoughts were clearer, and for the first time in months, he skipped his second cup of coffee. And didn't miss it. What makes chia seeds different? These tiny black seeds are loaded with soluble fiber, plant-based protein, and omega-3s, the trifecta for slow, sustained energy. They absorb up to 10 times their weight in liquid, forming a gel-like consistency that slows digestion, supports hydration, and keeps your blood sugar steady for hours. You don't need a big breakfast to feel full. You need smart fuel, the kind that releases energy like a slow, steady flame, not a spark that fizzles fast. Try this. Soak 2 tablespoons of chia seeds in unsweetened almond or coconut milk overnight. Add cinnamon or a few berries if you like. Eat it cold, or warm it up gently on the stove. It's not a trend, it's a quiet ritual. One that nourishes your cells and steadies your focus, spoonful by spoonful. 6. Olive oil. Joanne had always cooked with butter. It reminded her of childhood. Warm toast, creamy scrambled eggs, a sense of comfort. But in her 70s, her joints started aching more. Her energy felt uneven. Some mornings, she was fine. And others, she felt like she was walking through mud. So she made one tiny change. She swapped butter for cold-pressed olive oil. Just a drizzle on roasted veggies, a spoonful on soups, a splash on salad. By day 5, she noticed something unexpected. Her hands didn't ache as much. Her mood felt calmer. And her energy? Less roller coaster, more river. So, what's happening? Olive oil is rich in monounsaturated fats, the kind that protect your heart, balance hormones, and keep inflammation in check. But it's also packed with polyphenols, powerful plant compounds that support cellular metabolism, stabilize blood sugar, and fight oxidative stress. Here's the insight most people miss. Fat doesn't just add flavor. The right fat, in the right form, can lubricate your energy system, like oil in an engine. So the next time you cook, try this. Use olive oil instead of butter. Drizzle it raw over steamed veggies. Whisk it into a lemon dressing. Even add a teaspoon to soup. Yes, soup. It's not about cutting fat. It's about choosing the one your body was designed to thrive on, especially after 60. 7. Almonds and walnuts. Frank always reached for the same snack around 3 p.m. A handful of crackers, maybe with a little jam or cheese. It gave him something crunchy, something familiar, but almost like clockwork, he'd crash an hour later. Heavy eyelids, sugar cravings after dinner, a nap that turned into a 2-hour fog. Then one day, his daughter handed him a small container with almonds and walnuts. "Try these instead," she said. He did, and he never went back. Within a week, the difference was clear. He didn't need a nap, he didn't reach for cookies after dinner, and he felt lighter, more in control. So, what's the science behind the shift? Almonds and walnuts are rich in magnesium, healthy fats, and plant-based protein, a trio that supports blood sugar regulation, reduces inflammation, and helps your nervous system stay calm and focused. They don't flood your body with fast carbs. They release energy slowly and steadily, keeping your mental and physical rhythm balanced. Here's the quiet truth. Sometimes, the foods that fuel us best don't make a sound. They don't crunch like chips. They don't shout like sugar. They just do their job, quietly, powerfully, over time. So, swap the crackers, reach for 10 to 12 almonds or a mix of walnuts. Not too much, not too little. Just enough to keep your system steady, one bite at a time. Which of these energy foods have you tried or want to try next? Comment "Energy Unlocked" below. Let's help each other find the fuel that works. You don't need sugar to feel alive, and you don't need caffeine to stay awake. What your body needs is real fuel, from foods that don't spike and crash, but stabilize and support. So, this week, try just one swap. Add an egg, toss in some greens, drizzle olive oil instead of spreading jam. It doesn't take much, just a little rhythm, and the willingness to listen to your energy again. And if this video helped, send it to a friend who's still trying to push through low energy with high sugar. You might just change their day. Before that, tell us below. Which swap are you starting with this week? Eggs, avocado, or something new? And in our next video, we'll go beyond energy and talk about the #1 nutrient that helps seniors rebuild long-term strength, not just stamina. Don't miss it.